Okay, that should let you. Okay, you should be all set. Okay. Okay. Right. Let me.
Diana.
Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate it.
One second.
Okay. I can hear you all. Can you hear me, Stacy?
Okay.
Can you hear me there?
Jody, hang on 1 second. I gotta get the volume up on the sound bar.
Okay.
She had something this morning, but Jody is gonna coach you guys. I just want to get it up here. Hang on. Why is it not doing? Oh, maybe I need to choose.
That was you?
Yes. Oh, that's Diana. You look so much like your sister. Oh my gosh.
I took my Claritin this morning so I can actually function.
Oh, I know, my eyes are just itching so bad. I know. Glad you knocked it out like that.
Why?
Go take one off, that's all day.
Hang on. Why is this not working?
You guys can get a chance to do any of Red Day?
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, are you okay? In the morning. I have to be somewhere in the afternoon.
Oh, I know why it's not working.
You know better. I have it written down.
May the 19th.
Let's try this.
I think it's the 11th. The 11th.
Oh, there's a start.
Okay, good. You can't rely on my brain since I hit it.
I don't know who's trying to connect, but they keep trying to connect.
My daughter helps me. Yeah.
What's wrong with me? I didn't know they'd be organized.
They follow what she helps. She does us for everything. I do a block party and she already.
Jody, you want to do a sound check?
Yep, I got music playing. Can you hear me?
I know.
Yeah, not on the not on the big screen.
You can't hear it on the big screen?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why.
Do you have a TV remote and a computer remote for the?
It's not the
PC?
TV remote. That's the
Okay.
thing. We have to use the sound bar.
Right. And so is there a volume button on the soundbar remote?
Yep, and I am up and it's like, it's all coming through my computer instead. So I'm trying to find it.
Mhm.
Oh, wait, maybe.
Yeah. All right.
Let's try that.
Well, while we're
Better?
doing that. Oh, good.
That's better.
We had someone and then we lost the no there. Diane, Taylor, and Corey. Is that who is on the Zoom as well?
You know who this one
I
is?
don't.
We don't know who the CORRE. Hello, are you there?
It's Correa.
Correa. Okay, great. Well, thanks for jumping on.
Okay.
Are we all good there, Stacy?
I think so.
Great,
Let me know if you guys are not, but I think we're good, so.
fabulous.
Take it away.
Thank you. All right. So I'm filling in for Margaret today. My name's Jody, if we haven't met. I'm the productivity coach at Keller Williams Foothills Realty, Kevin's office up in the mountains. And I've been in real estate pretty much as long as Margaret. I've been coaching as long as Margaret. And so we really love to collaborate. And so today we're going to be running, I call it a team huddle. That's what we do on Mondays. And I think this is foundational coaching. Yes? All right, good. So today we're going to focus on a couple things that I think are similar to what you do with Margaret. So it's going to be high engagement today. So I'm going to need everybody's going to turn their volume off, and we're going to do a couple of different things. But I always like to go over the wins of the week. And so I'd love for everybody to share what was a win for you in the last 7 days.
Have a buyer's consultation. Have a buyer's consultation on Friday set up.
Fabulous. Good. So you set an appointment. That's good. Great.
I've had more coffee dates than I have ever had in the last week.
Good. And can you pronounce your name, please? Estrella? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Can you just pronounce it once for me?
Yeah, it's Estrella. You said it right. Estrella is
Okay.
fine.
Okay, good. Good.
Is
Okay,
it written
good.
on my little thing? Does it show my name or does it just say iPhone?
does.
Oh,
It
okay.
says your name, but I'm like,
It's a hard one.
I still
It's
messed
a little
it up.
different.
Yep. Good. Okay, great. Good. What else? What else you got? Everybody's got something. You do.
I'm looking.
Mhm.
I completed the slide deck for my home buying seminar.
Fabulous.
There we go.
And in doing that, do you feel like you're a little bit more competent just in putting that together?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I taped myself doing the first few slides, so I've got a little bit to work on as far as delivery, but
Good. We're going to work on that a little bit today. Fabulous. All right. Taylor, what about you?
I've actually had a ton of people come out of kind of the woodworks this morning. So I had 2 tours today, one rescheduled to Saturday, but I have a tour today and on Saturday. And then I'm finally getting my investors back out looking as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Right. Good. All right. And Diana, you're the last.
Well, I have my first house under contract for a buyer. So I'm supposed to hear today about my inspection objection. So hopefully that will go well.
Yeah. Good. Great. Good. And whoever spoke up first, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. I don't know who you are.
I'm Christina Quinones.
Christina, nice to meet you. Good. All right. Well, great. Well, I love this. So those are always good wins, and I always want us to focus on the wins, right? So every Sunday night, my husband and I, we go over our week and like, where did we win? What did we do good? And if we had a big fat 0 of nothingness, we got to have a better week, right? And so that kind of leads us to our next thing is, if I was to ask each of you, and I am asking each of you, what is the one thing that you're going to do this week for your business that will make everything else easier or unnecessary?
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Yeah. What is the one thing that you're going to do in your business this week that will make everything else easier or unnecessary?
Mondays, I usually write all my posts for the week for my social media. And like I just take an hour out of my day and then get them all done. So that makes life easier. And then when throughout the week I can just like make mini posts and not have to think about too much or share things on my business account.
Good. Great. I love it. What else do you guys have? Basically, I'm asking you, what's your priority of the week?
I feel like I get a little bit frazzled towards the end of the month, so I almost need to do like a monthly like reset for this week, and get back on track and then prep for May already.
Oh, yeah, right? May is next week. Right. Okay, what else?
My order for marketing material will be in this week, so I'll have everything ready to go for the 1st of May. So
Good.
have to go to the print shop or nothing.
Right, so this is something I want you to ask yourself. You should ask yourself every day you work. What's the one thing that I need to do today that by doing such makes everything else easier or unnecessary? And then that you're always asking yourself to act order out of priority. And I'll share what mine is. It took me a long time to figure it out. But my one thing is to follow my calendar. If I follow my calendar, I will work out. If I follow my calendar, I will show up to work. If I follow my calendar, I'll go to masterminds. All I have to do is follow my calendar. And so if you have something kind of set up similarly that, or not only do you use your calendar, but maybe you don't use a calendar, maybe you use your tasks. How many of you are using tasks in Command? Nada? Nobody? Yeah, how do you know what you're doing in your week? Or are you following your calendar? Do you have things time blocked?
Yeah, I have a planner.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you?
I have a planner also.
Okay.
So
Good.
I have one. I'm not religious about using it. I need to get better about that.
Mhm.
I use a little bit of both as well.
You do what?
I use a little bit of both. I use my tasks. I'm starting to. So that's helping with, like who I need to actually contact, and then I use my calendar for meetings and such.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I use primarily my calendar, and in my calendar it says review your tasks, right? To remember to do that. So good habits make for a good life. Would you agree?
Mhm.
That's what I really want us to focus on and that's why I love Mondays, my Monday groups, is because that's what we're determining. What am I going to do this week? Who am I going to talk to? What are my priorities? Right. And so also want to make sure I want you to look, each of you want you to look at your calendars, and I want you to identify either the time spent doing lead gen or the number of people you believe you're going to talk to this week. And so take this 1 minute to look at your calendar and actually identify, because those conversations, those are your money-making activities. Nothing else in your calendar, in your schedule, brings you money. Unless you got a closing on there. That's about it. And so when you add up that time or people, I don't care how it's measured, you can do one or the other, right? I want you to tell me kind of where are you at? What is that like? You have 2 hours lead gen block, you have 30 conversations kind of blocked. Describe your lead gen this week for us.
I have several group meetings this week. And almost always real estate comes up. So
What's one of those groups called?
Arapahoe County Quilters.
Fabulous. Thank you for sharing, right? I wanted to make sure that you're not like, I'm going to masterminds, right? That's not the group. Like this group does not count as lead gen. This is just a group. This is just training, right? And I've probably got about 6 hours of training I do a week, right? That's not lead gen time. That's just this training. Who else? What does your lead gen look like this week?
Trying to get at least 5 coffee dates for the whole week. So one for a day, one a day this week.
And how are you set up so far this week?
So I've just been like writing down lists of people that I can talk to or reach out to that I haven't yet,
Mhm.
to see if we can meet for coffee or.
Could you set up a business around lunch every single day, Monday through Friday with someone? You're
Yes.
eating anyways, right? And that's what we call work. I call drinking with my friends at a local bar work,
Me too.
because most likely I'm going to see multiple people there that I actually already know. And I consider that work as long as I go around and talk to those people. What else? What about the girls in the office? What does your lead gen look like this week?
I door knock Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for 2 hours.
Holy moly. Where are you door knocking?
Just my neighborhood. I live by Hackberry and Highlands in Arvada.
You just go out door knocking?
Yeah.
What do you say to people?
If I haven't met them before and I've just left them something on their front stoop, then
Yeah.
if they open the door, I'll usually just introduce myself and tell them that I'm working the area and I'm around if they need me, something along those lines, very simple and not too salesy.
And so do you have a goal when you go out?
Just to make sure I meet my 2 hours and don't leave early. But
Okay.
I want to talk to people as much as possible. Last week I didn't really have any conversations but with one man. So my time might need to be changed. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. When you door knock, are you leaving anything there if you don't talk to anybody?
Yes.
Always.
Last week I left a little flyer about spring cleaning things that they could do and a little jute bag of seeds for planting.
Okay, good. Good. Okay. Diana, what about you?
I'm actually meeting with somebody today to help me go over ideas for farming my neighborhood that I'm gonna focus on. So that's pretty much my goal, is to work on that and get something that I can mail out.
So it seems like your one thing for this week is to determine your farm and get that set up. Is that something that you can do this week and be done with it? Can you get it set up this week?
Well, I've already got the addresses and everything like that. I'm just gonna meet to figure out, you know, what kind of marketing to do. So
And-
once I,
Okay. And can you set that up this week? Will it be done?
I would think so, since, I mean, or I can definitely get started on it, but move into next week and make sure it's done.
Mm-hmm. Good. Right. And what we're doing, we just take baby steps every week, right? Actually, every day. I really like to look at one day at a time for reals. Right. And like do a little bit today, do a little bit tomorrow. And if every day I do a little bit, 5 days a week, it adds up. Right. And when you guys, if you're really doing lead gen every week, it adds up. And that in 6 months, should you be better at having conversations with people? So your confidence will be improved and you'll be at a different place. And so your priorities will change in 6 months. Yes. You won't have to be setting up your farm. You won't have to be doing that. Oh yeah, that's good. Good. Just reading the chat there, right? And so our priorities today, like I said, it took me a while to figure out I need to follow my calendar. And if I put the good stuff in the calendar, which I do, and I follow it, then that's where I'm at. But you know, when you're a new agent, you're still setting things up. Yes. And even when you've been in real estate 10 years, you're still fine tuning things. Like you see something else and you're like, but that looks better than what I'm doing. I'm gonna improve my whatever, my listing presentation, my buyer packet, the things I say to people, right? So little by little, it adds up. You just got to keep doing it. So, Diana, then, once you have this meeting with this person about your farm, what other lead gen time do you have built into your week?
Not a whole lot.
Right.
So that's something I need to work on.
And so what could you add today? What could you add in there?
Well, I'm not going to probably meet. I don't know that many people here. I mean, everybody I know is a realtor, so I have to do my lead gen a little different. Just so.
I know, and that's what I'm asking, right? Like, so what's your plan this week? How are you going to add those people? And who are they going to be?
Okay, well, I have signed up to volunteer. So I just need to finish my training videos for that. So I need
Cool.
to work on that so I can actually be involved in the group. So that would help with lead gen.
Okay. Do you have any lunch appointments or any breakfast or any coffee set up this week?
No.
Do you have an open house set up for this weekend?
Not yet.
Oh, but you will?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. What day do you usually determine your open houses?
Well, I usually wait to see if Margaret has anything open for us.
Mm-hmm.
And but I could try to just send out a message to see if anybody needs help.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you'll do that usually Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
It hasn't been consistent, so I need to pick a day to make it more consistent.
Mm-hmm. Right, and that's why I ask about lead gen. And I ask my people every Monday, what are you doing? What's in your calendar this week? Every week we should be, there really should be no other priority besides that first. Like I like to put in my workouts first, because I actually have to do them. I'm the actual instructor, so I actually have to time block that and show up. They appreciate that. But then I build everything else around that, right? And so if you don't call people, if you don't want to call people, then how are you going to see people face to face? And so above everything, figuring out how am I going to see people this week? I wanted to tell you guys this little story. I was on this coaching call. I'm on a coaching call with coaches, and they're talking about this lady who is an agent, and she doesn't want to call people. And what happens is the coach who has this client that doesn't want to make these calls, she gets to be the client and we role play. And 3 other coaches get to practice with her one at a time, right? And they get like 3-minute role plays. So everybody kept asking her, oh gosh, well, why don't you like to make the calls? Do you have a hard time talking to people on the phone? Have you ever heard that every time you pick up the phone, it's a $10,000 paycheck? And they just kept talking about calls and calls. Have you ever called anybody before? Have you had a bad experience calling? And they were just like, I was like exhausted. The theme here is that the girl don't want to call. So don't call, go out, go have lunch with people, go to the grocery store 12 times a week. Just so you run into people, the clerks know who you are. You start having coffee every Tuesday, Thursday at the bakery people know who you are, right? So start really building these relationships. And face to face, join a group, join a book club, join a quilting group. I joined Mahjong. Somebody from my workout club said, hey, do you want to play Mahjong? And I was like, yes. I don't even know what that is. I love it so much. I just say yes to anything. You get invited to a party, you say yes. You just say yes, yes, yes. You have to say yes to everything until your calendar is making you cry a little bit and you've overbooked yourself and you feel super stressed, and that's when you start to say no, right? So that was really interesting in that coaching call, that we were harping on someone because she didn't want to make a phone call. And I was like, for goodness sakes, leave the girl alone. Figure out how you're going to make that. And so sometimes when we talk about lead gen, I might ask, who are you calling this week? But calling is just a placeholder for texting, Facebook, messaging, anything, right? Just like the millionaire real estate agent, millionaire is just a placeholder. I mean, who doesn't want to be a millionaire real estate agent? I do. I'm not, but I would like to someday. But maybe I want to be I would like to make $500,000, but that's a terrible title of a book. And right, so millionaire real estate agent sounds way better. And that's what we'll take on. So I want you to think about how you're gonna add people to your database. How are you gonna talk to people this week? And even if you just set up a challenge for yourself, how many people did you talk to last week? And if you're not tracking that, you guys might want to track it. I want you to beat last week. If you talked to 25 people last week, you got to talk to 26 at least. A good number to really focus on is at least 50 as a new agent, right? 50 people. So if you go work out, man, try to talk to as many girls in that room as possible. So show up early to work out. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Yada, yada. After class, oh God, what a great class. Talk to the instructor, talk to whoever, and make a point just to start talking to as many people as possible. Because I'd like to do a few role plays. Is that good for you guys? Fabulous. Everyone's going to play. Okay. So let me see if I cannot share my screen, and it's okay. So what I'd like is we're going to role play a couple different role plays, right? Everybody's going to be an agent. Everybody's going to be a friend. That's what we're going to do. And so I'd love to start with the first scenario is telling a friend. Thank you. I love that. Telling a friend that you're new to real estate, right? And so I'd love to start with someone who wants to be the broker for the first one, for the first role play.
I can go.
Thank you, Taylor. Now, who wants to be Taylor's friend?
I will.
Oh, great, great. And so, Diana, you're just going to have to talk up a little bit louder. On my side, I can't hear that room very well. So it's a phone call for this, right? So remember, just to set it up, it's how we have a good conversation. And I would share some scripts. I had some scripts from earlier today. So just a couple tips. It's like a phone call to a friend. You know her, it's casual. And, Taylor, we don't know what kind of friends you have, so just act that way to Diana and see if Diana jumps in. And then, sometimes some conversation pieces that we normally have are around Ford. Do you guys know what Ford stands for? Okay, great. And so, but when we make these phone calls, we're not trying to hit the F and the O and the R and the D, right? Like it's like just kind of pick one and flow with whatever the topic is, and then come in with, I really wanted to call and tell you that I got a new job. But then we wrap it up with, hey, great to hear about your new puppy. Can't wait to see pictures on Facebook, and I'll catch up with you next time, right? So we do a Ford sandwich, right? Have you guys heard that before too? All right, so Taylor just got a new job and I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. Ready? Go.
Yes. Hi, Diana. How are you?
Taylor, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. Just getting accustomed to new life after college. How about you?
Well, I'm doing really well. Tell me about what's going on with you. What kind of things are new and exciting?
Just getting accustomed to the new life, having a 9 to 5 and going into real estate has really had its perks and its challenges, but I love where I'm at and was just thinking about you and wanted to call and catch up.
Yeah, well, everything's pretty much same old in my life, but yeah, the kids are doing well. I've been really busy visiting family. Tell me a little bit about your new business.
Yeah, so went into real estate. I kind of always knew that I was going to go into it, but it's even surprised myself on some of the challenges and some of the upsides as well. It's you're your own boss, so it's interesting in that perspective. But there's also some perks, and I just love what I'm doing, but it's hard work.
Is it harder than you thought it would be?
It is. I always would tell people, and sometimes I even thought that real estate would be the easy option, and it's definitely not. You are just really starting up your own business. You're your own boss, you're all the employees. And as long as it's what you want to be doing, it's worth it. But definitely will have to put your head down for a few years and put in the hard work necessary for success.
Well, is there anything I can do to help you?
Oh, well, that's so sweet. I mean, if you hear of anyone that I can help in any realm, really, it goes way past real estate, just connecting people and good food recommendations, activity recommendations. That's really what I like to hone in on, as well as being a realtor. You need to be that connecting aspect even further than just a real estate transaction.
Yeah, I agree. I do need a good restaurant recommendation.
Oh, well, I've got plenty for you. What cuisine?
Oh gosh, I love Asian.
So Asian and sushi, or just Asian more so?
Asian. I'm not a big sushi fan.
Okay, let me look on my recs. I know I have tons of sushi, but let me see what is more so Asian cuisine, and I'll have to send that over to you. Maybe we can go get dinner soon.
Yeah, that would be great.
Well, awesome. Well, it was so nice catching up with you. We'll have to stay in touch.
Yeah, let's plan on a dinner.
Yes.
Okay, good talking to you.
You too. Have a good one.
You too, bye.
Perfect time, right with the timer. All right, good. So let's give Taylor a little feedback. What do you think about what she said, her feel and flow? What'd you think?
Well,
I think
go ahead, Diane.
I think she adjusted really quickly to because I think when the conversation started out, she thought she was going to find out more about Diana, and Diana was very curious about what Taylor was doing, and she dovetailed it in there very quickly. So
I'd love to know everyone's feedback, because that's like pretty much what I actually say.
No, I would, yeah, what else? What'd you think, Christina?
I thought it was a really good conversation, just for checking in and kind of updating with each other. Seemed like they kind of hit on, like what's new, and then ended with let's do lunch or whatnot. So I think it was pretty good, well-rounded on both ends.
Yeah, good. So let's review the expectation for ourselves. When we call to tell people we're new to real estate, that is exactly all we're doing. Right? That's just the name drop. That's it. We shouldn't be expecting anything back. We're just saying, I wanted to let you know this is what I've decided to do, or we've talked about this for years. You've known how much I love HGTV and blah, 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 right? And so I finally did it. And so it's really just that information. That's it. And so if our expectation is that, look, I made 30 calls and I told people this week that I was new to real estate, then you did exactly what you were supposed to do. That's it. It's not, oh, I made 30 calls and nobody wants to buy or sell. Well, no shit. I mean, really, right? Like, if it was that easy, there'd be even more realtors. It would be awful, right? It would be very hard. It's not that easy. But we're making these warm calls to people we already know. They already like us somewhat. They answered the phone. If they don't answer the phone, that doesn't mean they don't like you. Probably means they're at work. They have a job, right? So if we recognize that all we do is we're telling as many people we're in real estate, you've made that first breakthrough. And if you do that, then when you make a text the next month or an email the next month, or you see them at the grocery store, they already know that. And so we want to create that consistency now that they're going to get used to hearing from us. Don't we want our people to be used to us calling them? And then when they need us, they should remember, because we're in their business. They see us on Facebook, they see us at the grocery store, they see us at Jazzercise, they see us at quilting. I mean, they see our shit all over the place. They see us, our emails, right? They can't ever forget us. And it's not always being pushy, because when you're quilting, you're not talking about real estate the whole time, are you? No, like you're just your normal self. You're just your normal self. The only time I really interject real estate is in my email newsletter once a month. Sometimes I'll post to my personal page that I had a closing or I did an open house or something, right? So, but it's mostly casual, because you're right. Unless that's how you roll your business and you're going to have the pedal down the whole time, always real estate, right? That's your choice. I'm pretty casual though, right? And so you get to run your business just how you like. Great. So what I'd like to do is, I'd like to do the next call is with someone you haven't talked to in like 2 years, 3 years. You haven't seen them all COVID, now that COVID's over, right? So COVID's over. You haven't seen them. You didn't talk to them. You don't know, but you're calling them. So I need somebody to be the broker on this one. Something different. Thank you. And who's going to be her friend that she has not talked to in 3 years?
I'll do that.
Fabulous. Again, it's 3 minutes. This is a business call because they're all business calls. You have 3 minutes to do your be natural. This is why I'm calling, and then a little wrap up. Is that good? All right, girls, let's go.
Hey Dan, it's Drea. Just wanted to reach out. I know we haven't talked forever, and I was just wondering how you're doing.
Oh my goodness, I haven't heard from you. How are you? I assume that you made it through the pandemic okay?
Yes, we're still surviving. We're still out here.
Nice.
Yes, how's the family been?
Oh, family's good. We're just getting back, to getting out and, our road cycling and our hiking and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're doing pretty well. How about you?
Yes, it's been good. I've been trying to get out myself, trying to get in those workout routines, just making some time for myself. But those hikes and bike rides sound so fun. So if you're ever down, I would love to go on a bike ride with you.
Yeah, I mean, well, with this weather,
Right, we gotta wait a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so great hearing your voice. Maybe we can get together sometime this week, maybe for a lunch or a coffee date if you're interested.
Let me look at my planner.
Yeah, perfect.
I've had to start doing this because I constantly overbook myself.
Me too. I want to hang out with everybody, and then I look at my calendar. I'm like, oh, sorry.
Yep. Well, I can't do this week. Can I do next week?
Of course.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yeah. next week is completely open. So,
Okay, usually I'm off around 12:30 from my first job. So whenever when you feel like is a good time, just hit me up and we'll plan and we'll go.
awesome. That would be so cool. I haven't seen you. I mean, how's the rest of the family? I mean,
Good. Everybody's working. I mean, I've been doing real estate, just trying to get to people, talk to everybody, be friends. You know, I'm a social butterfly. You've known this for years. So
yes, yes. So you're in real estate now. Wow.
yeah, it's been great.
When did you do that?
So I've been in it for about a couple years now. So it's been going good.
Wonderful, wonderful. Even in this difficult market? Wow.
Definitely. I mean, there's so many ways around it, and just knowing good connects with lenders and things like that, it just makes the difference. So it's
Yeah.
really, business is booming and spring has sprung.
Oh, good, good. Well, I will let you know what my calendar looks like next week, and we'll get together. And,
All right, great. It was so good hearing from you. Text me if anything, and we'll see you next week.
all right, take care.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Perfect. That was less than 3 minutes. I want you to all pay attention to how many conversations you can actually have. It was less than 3 minutes.
Oh,
So
wow.
feedback for Australia, and let her know. What did you think?
That was good. I think they're all good.
I thought it was good as well. It was very short and sweet, which I love. I feel like I always try to carry on conversations for too long, and then I'm like, oh, I have nothing to talk about.
Mhm. And did she save this short conversation so she could talk about real estate probably at lunch?
Yes.
Do you notice that? Like, it's not a push, right? In fact, she wouldn't have even brought it up, except for Diane brought it up. Very casual, right? And if you're good friends with somebody, you do want to go have lunch with them and totally have a catch up, right? And so think about that when you're calling people. What is the purpose of that call? And maybe it simply is because you have not talked to them in 3 years. And notice how quick it goes. And we might feel anxious about calling someone we haven't talked to in 3 years. Let me ask you this. Did they call you in 3 years? No. So Diane is laughing. They're both laughing, weren't they? Like, oh my God, it's been 3 years. We have not talked. And that would be true of any real friendship, right? That you're like, we really haven't talked in 3 years. I can't believe it. And so we feel a little self-conscious about it. But if that other person, they haven't called you either. And so, right, like, and maybe we didn't call people just because we were busy. We had, right, did you not have stuff going on in your world in the last 3 years? I'm not sure how, we were all at home, but I felt like I was crazy busy. So I thought you did a great job. Good job. All right, let's move on to the next one. We only got about, I got to wrap up at 10:55. I'm doing Margaret's other group at 11. So this time, Christina, we're going to get you in there. You're going to be the broker. Who wants to be her friend?
I can be your friend.
Thank you.
You'll be her friend. You're so nice.
I'll be your
And
friend.
actually, Diana, I want you to be a hairdresser. Can you do that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Great.
the hairdresser. No.
Oh, you are?
I really am.
Oh, I knew that already, actually. But this is perfect then. This is perfect. So you're talking to a friend of yours. She's a hairdresser, but she's not in your salon, right? She's in a different one. You guys went to beauty school together, okay? And so let's hear about how this 3-minute conversation goes. And really what I meant is for, what I'm looking for here is how do we build business to business referrals? Right, and you understand this, Christina, you understand the nature of her business. And you understand, in every business, we have pain points. I'm too busy, I'm not busy enough, I don't have enough online marketing, I don't, right? And so when we talk to people and we really want to help them, we need to know what their pain point is. We can't help people until we know what their struggles are, which is why you can't help buyers or sellers until you know more, right? So you have to ask good questions. And so that's what I want this to be more of, like, how can I build business to business relationships with my hairdresser, my dog groomer, my dentist, my tax accountant, all these people. And so we're going to listen to this 3-minute conversation of Christina calling a friend. She knows it is still a hairdresser. Ready? Go ahead, go.
Hi, Diana, how are you? I'm great. How are you doing? I'm good. I'm gonna have to get in and get my hair trimmed soon. Oh, yeah. It's been a while. Yeah, it has. I've been very busy with real estate lately. And another reason I was calling you was to see if you'd be interested in building each other's businesses up. Yeah, that would be great. I would love that. Perfect. Did you have anything in mind? I do actually. So I am friends with so many women at the brokerage, and I would definitely like to pass out your card to them. If you would be willing to provide me some. Oh, yeah, for sure. Just kind of get your name out there. And then I was wondering if I could leave a flyer with you for an upcoming class that we're having at the brokerage, and maybe if any of your clients are interested, or of any that you spoke with recently that are in the market to buy or sell, maybe they can maybe you can reach out to them and they can get invited. Yeah, that would be great. And then I don't know if you want to maybe have a sip and cleaning night together, and you can invite some of your friends. Yeah, that would be fun. And then maybe we can just build together from there. Yeah, that would be great. Okay. Yeah. When do you think you're available? Do you want to meet just to kind of go over everything, or are you looking for a date where we can plan the event? Yeah, maybe we can start with getting my hair cut, and we can book an appointment with you, and then we can write down some ideas. And yeah, I'm just opening this next week. Okay. I love it. Okay, see you next week. See ya. Bye. Bye.
2 minutes. You did that phone call in 2 minutes. Think about that. If you were just like 1 hour a day, you should be able to get at least 10 phone calls in, right? That was fantastic. What did you all hear that you liked? What did you say that was good?
I liked her sip and clean idea.
Good. And who will you use that with, Taylor? Who could you do that with?
Use it myself, to be honest. Use a sip and clean for myself. I try to do that a lot because I'm in a ton of Facebook groups and there's a bunch of small businesses. So I reach out to an actual cleaner and see if I can refer her to people.
Great. Good. Who else heard something really good that you thought, oh, I could do something like that with so-and-so?
I try to do that with my son owns a tree business, so I try to like, hey, because a lot of times they're having cleanup, to get their house ready, and so I try to help his business, and I'm
All your hairstylists.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to put together a dog days. We have a lot of dogs and puppies in our area. And things that I've thought of is charities, food charities for pets. I'm trying to find someone to do nail trims that day. And my dog groomer and I have had this conversation a couple of times.
Great.
So
Do it, right? Anybody else? What other ideas?
So I don't have an idea, but like I'm finding that like when I'm looking through like Facebook to talk to people or I'm looking through my contacts, it's the same people that I've reached out to, like, like I've done the follow-ups and I've seen them. And so now it's kind of like I need to get into a group, or like lately I've been going to a class to work out to try and find more people. So like if you guys have any other like groups or ideas that you go to, I'm in Reunion, which is like 30 minutes away from Arvada. So like if you guys have any like ideas or places you want to go, like I would love to join.
I am in Facebook groups, like new to Denver's 20s Facebook group, and I reach out to literally every single person that posts in there. And I try to get coffee, and half the time it has nothing to do with real estate at all, but you just have to, like, you can't even do real estate without meeting people that will potentially need real estate or know someone. So I would really, really recommend, there's a group for everything on Facebook. So I'm sure that everyone could find a new group there. And like, I just reach out to these people and I'm like, and I do like a soft intro too of that I'm in real estate if you need any recs, because mine's kind of like a new to Denver's group, but you could find a group for anything.
Mhm. And it's really great when it's just tied to things you already do in your life. You love to swim and maybe not in a swim group, but like where are some great places to swim outdoors over the summer? It's Colorado. There's not that many great places. It's cold, right? But like whatever you already do in your life, whatever you love to do, you love to read, right? Join a book club or start a book club, right? You have kids, use your kids. You have cats, you do something with cats. I mean, you love astrology. And so what do you love to do?
I like bike rides, but like not like competitively. Like some people like to go really hard in the paint. I'm like, I like to do like this stroll, like like a nice, easy, calm bike ride. Like
Yeah.
something like that would be so fun. I think I would love to get together and just go on a bike ride once a week with some friends or something.
And you can start that. So I was in a Mothers of Preschoolers group, and we wanted to have a walking group, right? We all met at one mom's house. Half of the moms stayed with the kids and took care of the kids, while the other half got to go on a walk for an hour. They came back, they switched. Moms got to go walk for an hour. The other moms got to stay and take care of the kids. The kids got play dates. It was great for everyone. And I probably did that for 3 years until the group got too big and there's too many freaking kids. No, it wasn't fun anymore, right? And so what else, think about all the things you love to do, and we layer things. You layer your business with the personal things you already love, and that's what makes it so rewarding and it makes it fun, right? So you can also Google up what other realtors do to see what their ideas are. I'm hosting a canvas and cocktails party at the Jazzercise where I work out. So we have this great, beautiful studio. I'm not going to pay for it. The only thing I'm going to pay for is like brunch. And so everybody that wants to come, and it can be anybody in Jazzercise, and they can bring any of their friends. I already coordinated with the painter from Canvas and Cocktails. She's going to do that in there in the studio. It's going to be after class, so it's going to be great. And I'm looking to meet people that I don't know, but also see familiar faces and actually have time to talk to people. So that's one event. I just planned it out of the blue 2 weeks ago or last week, right? And so it doesn't take much time. Don't spend a whole lot of time planning and thinking. Just start doing these things. Put them on your schedule, right? And just execute. That's all you got to do. I'm also trying to do a facials party with a past client of mine who's an esthetician. And I'm like, hey, I want to do 30-minute facials. How much is that going to cost me? It's going to cost me a lot. But I'm only inviting my VIP clients, who are clients I've done work with before and closed, right? Because they're my best referral source and they gave me great leads. And so if you don't have any past clients yet because you're new, who are the women in your life that you should be inviting and talking to? Who should you be hanging out that loves you and will refer you? Who also knows other people with money. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's all this kind of chiming in. Even if you've not had a closing, who are the people you should be meeting with? Invite that core group and do a facials day, do a nail day, right? Rent out the nail salon place in the King Super Shopping Center, you know, and they just got the 10 booths. Just do that and say, invite your favorite people, and I hope you do like them, right? It's not just people with money or people that like you, but hopefully you like them back. So are those some good ideas of not only ways for you to make connections, but start making plans with people and with the people that you like. And if you don't really like doing any of that, you just have to join a group so you can just jump into what other people are doing and you can, you know, slowly get to meet people. Good. Great. I wanted to give you a little script to get off the long phone call. Or let me ask you, do you guys have a script? You have something that you say to get off that phone call with that person that doesn't stop talking?
I usually say like, oh, I'm about to get in the car and go somewhere. Can I let you go?
Good. That's good. What else? That's a good one.
Oh my goodness, my boss is calling. Can I give you a call right back?
Well, that's so true that nobody knows it, right? And that's the best excuse. I've never used that one. You don't really have a boss, Diane.
I do. And he's in the next room wanting to know when he's going to have lunch on the table. So
Oh, that's true. That's true. Good. I like to say, oh my gosh, it's 10:54. You know what? I have another appointment I need to get ready for, but it was so great to catch up with you. And so it doesn't matter. Even if I've only been, you know, it's 10 a.m., they don't know that I don't have an appointment at 10:15 or at 10:20. Isn't right? Nobody knows. I said, oh gosh, it was so great to catch up with you. I'd love to hear more about how, you know, your blah, 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 blah is going. And but it was good to talk to you. I'll look for photos on Facebook of your rock collection. Great, good, love you, bye. So give yourself that opportunity to cut those long conversations short. We're not looking for that. We're looking for a quick touch, right? Hey, how you doing? Oh God, great, good to catch up. That's it, right? Obviously, if someone takes a little bit longer and they're like, you know, my sister is thinking about moving to Colorado, that's worthwhile a business phone call, right?
Yeah.
So just keep track of that. You guys, it was great to see you this week. This is a lot of fun. Thanks for showing up. And I hope you have a great week. Margaret will be back next week. Okay.
Thank you so much, Jody.
Yes,
Yep,
good to see you
bye.
again.
Thank
And good to
you.
see you. Yes.
All
Bye,
right. Bye.
everybody.
Boom.
That was fun.
It was.
How was Jody's session today?
She's really good.
Yeah. Her voice